Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome back. So today we're just going to be doing another Vinyasa Flow. So we're going to work on broadening through the chest, creating some nice openness, just giving ourselves a nice full body stretch. Yeah, we're not going to be here for too long today, but just enough to kind of hopefully give you that good energy and those good vibes for whatever time of the day you're hopping on your mat. So let's get started. So we're going to start today's practice in a comfortable seated position, so whether that's on a block, whether you're on a rolled up blanket, just grab whatever you need just to feel nice and comfortable on your mat. So we're going to begin just by doing a couple of side stretches. We're going to work through some stretching of the neck, and then we're gradually going to move into our vinyasa for today. So to start with, just bring the palms to the tops of the knees, close down the eyes. We're just going to stay here for a couple of moments. Just to begin to be mindful of where we are on our mat today, whatever time of the day we're managing to take a bit of time to do our yoga practice. Just begin to focus on your breath. Slow everything down. Let go of everything that might have happened today, and just be really mindful of being here in the moment, doing my yoga practice. When you're ready, blink open the eyes. Just going to pop right palm down on the mat, inhale the left arm up and over, gaze comes towards the palm, and as you exhale, bring the left palm down, right palm up, and again, exhale the left arm, right arm down, inhale the left arm up and over, really feel the stretch through the side body here. We'll do that one more time, inhale the right arm up and over. And as you exhale, just bring both palms to the mat. We're going to interlace the fingers, bring them out in front of you, above the head, and we're just going to do that stretch one more time. Just leaning over towards the right. Inhale to come back to centre, and as you exhale, leaning over towards the left. Inhale to come all the way back up to centre. Release the palms down. I'm just going to do a couple of shoulder rolls. So as you inhale, just lift the shoulders up towards the ears. As you exhale, roll them back and down. Again, take an inhale, lifting up, and exhaling to release. One more inhale, and exhale. Let's go the opposite direction. Inhale up towards the ears. Exhaling to release. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale to release. And then from here, we're just going to move through tabletop position. We'll do a couple of thread the needles here. So you want to have your wrists in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips, so hips width distance apart, tops of the feet flat on the mat. Just spread the fingers wide here. Do a couple of rounds of cat-cows. So on the inhale, we're just going to drop the belly down, gaze comes up, and as you exhale, rounding through the spine, letting everything go. Again, inhale, drop the belly down, gaze comes up, exhale, rounding through the spine, letting all the breath go. Do one more inhale. And exhale. And then from here, just going to tuck the toes under. We're going to push back and come back into our first downward facing dog. So here you might want to pedal out the legs. You might want to have a little bend through the elbows, bend through the knees. However your body's feeling. Bring the gaze towards the tops of the thighs or towards the navel. You just want to kind of have your neck and the head nice and relaxed. Again, still focusing on the breath here. Just stay here for a few rounds of breath. And then gently just walk the feet up towards the palms. Take an inhale, come into your half lift. Gaze comes up, flat back. Exhale into forward fold. And on the inhale, we're just going to round all the way through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, going real slow. The arms continue up above the head. And as you exhale, just bring the hands to prayer at heart centre. I'm just going to begin by moving through a few rounds of sun salutations. So as you inhale, bring the arms up, gaze comes towards the thumbs. On the exhale, coming into a forward fold. Take an inhale, half lift, gaze comes up. And exhale, stepping back, lower down through chaturanga, the elbows into the side of the ribs. Inhaling to upward facing dog and exhaling to downward facing dog. And from here, just inhale the right leg up. Just going to open, stack the hips on top of each other here. Just give ourselves a nice stretch through the hips, around the back of the left leg. So gaze towards the thigh. Try and keep the torso so that you're still facing the top of the mat here. So you're just stretching the lower part of the torso. As you exhale, bring the right foot down. And on the inhale, repeating on the left hand side, so bring the left leg up and over. Just a couple of rounds of breath. And on the exhale, bring the left leg down. From here, you're going to take a big inhale through the nose and an exhale through the mouth. Take another inhale through the nose. And exhaling through the mouth. On the next inhale, just lift the heels. And on the exhale, bending the knees, gaze comes towards the palm. Just walk, step or jump to the top of the mat. Coming into that half lift again, gaze comes forwards. On the exhale, forward fold. And on the inhale, rise all the way back up to standing, hands to prayer at heart centre. Again, inhale, arms up, look to the thumbs. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale to half lift, flat back. Exhale, stepping back, lowering down through chaturanga. Inhaling to upward facing dog. And exhaling to downward facing dog. Just going to hang out here for a couple of breaths, again pedaling out the legs. Having that bend through the elbows, feet hips width distance apart. And bringing the gaze towards the navel. And on the next inhale, lifting the heels. Exhale to bend the knees, gaze comes forwards, walk, step or jump to the top of the mat. Half lift, gaze comes up. Exhale to forward fold. And inhale, rising all the way back up to standing, moving on to some sun Bs. So inhale, move through chair pose, arms come up, look to the thumbs. Exhaling to forward fold. Inhaling to a half lift, gaze comes up. Exhale, stepping back, lower down through chaturanga. Inhaling to upward facing dog. And exhaling to downward facing dog. From here, turn the left toes up and the right foot forward, rising up into warrior one, arms up, gaze towards the thumbs. And as you exhale, bring both palms to the mat, stepping back, lowering down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhaling to downward facing dog, repeating on the left. So turn your right foot out, bring the left foot forward, rise up warrior one, exhale, palms to the mat, step back, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhaling to downward facing dog for 3 nice long breaths. Just to slow everything down again. Pedaling out the legs, maybe give the head a nice little shake, releasing any tension. One more round of breath. On the next inhale, lifting your heels, exhale to bend the knees, gaze comes forwards. Walk, step or jump to the top of the mat, half lift. Exhale into forward fold. And inhaling, rising up through chair pose. Arms come up, gaze towards your thumbs, and then just exhale as you move straight into the next round. So coming back into that forward fold. Take an inhale, gaze comes up. And exhale, stepping back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhaling to downward facing dog. Turn the left toes out, bring the right foot forwards. Inhale, arms up, rise up, warrior one. We're just going to stay here for a moment. And we're just going to move into cactus arms. So just bring the arms a little bit wider so that your elbows are in line with the shoulders. Palms are spread open. Just going to broaden through the chest. Give a little bit of an arch through the back. Gaze comes up. And on the exhale, to release, palms to the mat. Step back, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhaling to downward facing dog. Again on the left hand side, so bring the left leg up and through. Rise up into warrior one. And then just move into those cactus arms. So bring the elbows so they're in line with the shoulders. Palms spread wide. Gaze comes up, broaden through the chest here. And on the exhale, both palms to the mat, stepping back. Lower down through chaturanga. And inhale to upward facing dog. Exhaling to downward facing dog. And just letting everything go. Focus again on your breath. Pedal out the legs, shake the head. Give the head a little nod. Let's do one more round of breath. And on the inhale, lifting the heels. Exhale to bend the knees. Inhale to walk, step or jump to the top of the mat, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, rising all the way back up to chair pose. And we're just going to hang out here for a moment. So make your feet a little bit wider so that they're hips width distance apart. Bring the gaze either straight forwards or towards the thumbs. And you want to have the weight into your heels. So if you can lift your toes up here and pop them back down, that's all good. So we bring the bum a little bit lower. And on your next exhale, just interlace the fingers behind the back. We're just going to come into a little bit of a flat back here. So bring the chest so that it's resting on the tops of the thighs. Just going to hang out here for a couple of breaths. Feel the stretch across the chest, through the arms. As you exhale, release the arms. We're going to come into Malasana squat. So just heel toe the feet out towards the outer edges of the mat. Here, option to grab a block, which you can use to just pop underneath your bum here. Or without the block, we're just going to bring the bum down towards the mat. Have your toes so they're pointing towards the outer edges of your mat. Bring the hands to prayer at heart center. And use the elbows just to gently press on the inside of the thighs here. Bring the gaze forward, bring the crown so that it's reaching nice and tall, lengthening through the spine. A few rounds of breath. And as you exhale, bring the palms to the mat. If you've got a block, just pop that out to one side. We're just going to step ourselves back, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog and exhaling to downward facing dog. And from here, turn the left toes out, bring the right foot forwards, rising up into warrior one. We're going to repeat those cactus arms again. So on the inhale, just broaden through the chest, bring the arms back in line with the shoulders. Fingertips spread wide, and really feel that broadening through the chest there. Feel a bit of openness. And the gaze up. Take a couple of nice big inhales and exhales. And as you exhale to release, I'm just going to open up into Warrior Two. So again, keeping that bend through the right knee. Have the knee stacked over the ankle. Arms to a T. Gaze comes over the front middle finger. Keep the legs nice and strong here. Just soften the gaze. And on the exhale, coming into extended side angle. So bring the right palm down on the inside of the right foot. Left arm comes up, gaze towards the left arm. Option here, again, to go for a bind. Do feel that nice openness through the chest. So maybe grab hold of a t-shirt, top of the thigh, or grab hold of the wrist. And just feel that openness and that broadening through the chest as your gaze comes up. As you exhale, bring both palms to the mat. Drop the back knee down, top of the foot to the mat. Keeping the front knee bent. We're going to inhale and twist to the right hand side. So gaze comes up towards the right palm. A nice twist through the torso. Again, keeping the spine so that it's nice and long. And as you exhale, bring both palms to the mat. We're going to bring the back leg up. We're going to rise up into crescent lunge. So inhale the arms up. And as you exhale, we're going to twist again round to the right hand side. So bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Right elbow comes up towards the sky. Gaze comes up towards the right elbow. And keep the back leg strong and active so that you've got a nice stable base. And exhale to bring both palms to the mat. I'm going to hop on and put the weight through the right leg here, bringing the left leg up. I'm going to come into Shavasana. So bring your right palm so that it's slightly out towards the outer edge of the mat, because you're going to have the weight here through your right palm and your right foot. And then on the inhale, I'm going to bring the left arm up and round. See if you can just grab hold of the left foot. Find a fixed point for your gaze. I want to bring the knee so that it reaches up towards the ceiling. You'll feel a really nice stretch here through the front of the thigh. Again, broadening through the chest. Feeling that sense of openness. And then as you exhale, just bring the left leg down. Step the right leg back. We're going to move through Chaturanga. So lower down, inhale to upward facing dog, and exhaling to downward facing dog. Take just one round of breath here. We're just going to repeat on the left hand side. So turn the right toes out, the left leg comes forward, rising up into Warrior One. Arms up, gaze comes towards the thumbs. And on your next inhale, just going to repeat those cactus arms, so broadening through the chest there. Really feeling that nice stretch across the chest, that openness. And the gaze up. A slight little back bend here as well. And as you exhale, we're going to open up into Warrior Two. So bring in the feet so that your heels are in line. Keeping that bend through the front leg. Gaze comes up and over the front middle finger. Hips towards the long edge of the mat. Again, we're just here for a couple of breaths. On the exhale, extended side angle. So bring the right palm down, left palm down, right arm comes up and over. Always getting those lefts and rights wrong. Again, option to bind here, so either grabbing hold of the top of the thigh, grabbing the t-shirt, or grabbing hold of the wrist. Whichever feels good at this moment in time. Exhale, both palms to the mat. coming up into our crescent lunge, just spinning the back heel up. Inhale the arms up, gaze comes up towards the palms. And as we exhale, bring both palms to the mat, drop the right knee down, and inhale the left arm up. Again, bringing the gaze up towards the left palm. Continuing that sensation of broadening through the chest. And as you exhale, bring both palms to the mat. Lifting the back leg so that your knee comes off the mat, rising up into crescent lunge. Bring the hands to prayer at heart center. We do revolve side angles. So hook the right elbow over the left knee. Left elbow comes up, gaze comes up towards that left elbow. And again, finding a fixed point for the gaze. And just keeping both legs nice and active here. You might wobble a little bit. It's all good. And then as you exhale, both palms to the mat. We're going to come back into Shavasana. So bring the weight into the left foot and the left palm. Bring the right arm up, and if you can, just grab hold of that right foot. Again, finding a fixed point for the gaze. You're feeling that stretch through the back of the thigh and through the front of the right thigh. Exhale to release. Both palms to the mat, stepping back, lower down through Chaturanga. Inhaling to upward facing dog and exhaling to downward facing dog. Just take a couple of rounds of breath here. Maybe do that inhale through the nose again. Exhale through the mouth. And then just slowly walk your hands back towards the feet. We're going to grab hold of the elbows here. Just heel toe the feet out so that they're hips width distance apart. Relax the neck, relax the head. Just going to sway a little bit from side to side. Just release any tension in the lower back. Should feel a nice stretch through the backs of the legs here. And again, just releasing any tension through the lower part of the back. It's often where we find that we hold on to a lot of tension, or the back can become sore. And then just, as you exhale, release the arms and slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming all the way back up to standing. And the hands to the waist. Just going to step the left leg out. We're just going to do a couple of wide leg forward folds here. So the hands onto the waist. Take an inhale. As you exhale, just interlace the hands behind the back and just move into a forward fold. So you kind of want to have the toes so they're pointing slightly inwards here. Weight comes towards the toes. Gaze towards the inner thighs or gaze towards the navel. Inhaling to release. Bring the arms up above the head. And as you exhale, coming back into that forward fold, bring the palms to the mat with your toes in line with your fingertips. Just take another inhale here to a flat back. And as you exhale, just coming a little bit deeper into that forward fold. Couple of breaths here. Take an inhale to come all the way back up. Bring the hands to the waist. We're going to step ourselves to the front of the mat and move through Vinyasa for one last time. So inhale the arms up. Look to the thumbs. Exhaling to forward fold. Inhale, half lift, gaze comes up. Exhale, step back, lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog. And exhale into downward facing dog. Just going to come through to seated. So cross the legs, roll back over so that you're sitting on your bum. Bring your legs out straight in front of you. Take an inhale here, raise the arms up above the head. And as you exhale, just come into a nice yummy forward fold. Maybe give yourselves a little bit of a wiggle from side to side. And just bring the palms to wherever feels good. Maybe interlace the thumb and forefinger around the big toes. Take an inhale to come back up and exhale just to come a little bit deeper into that forward fold. Again, working to release any tension through the back and through the spine. Keep the elbows tucking in and leading with your chest, not with the head. Take an inhale to come up. Bring both palms down to either side of the hips, either side of the bum. And we're just going to come up into reverse tabletop. So bend through the knees, lifting the hips on the inhale, dropping the neck slightly back. And again, have the palms so that they're in line with the shoulders. Broadening through the chest. Nice and strong through the legs, really pushing the hips up towards the sky. A couple of rounds of breath here. And the exhale, release. It's going to rise up into boat pose, into Anavasana. Just a couple of breaths here. And then as you exhale, crossing the legs, you're just going to roll over the feet one last time. Exhaling to lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. And then we're going to come into our final Shavasana. So you maybe grab hold of a blanket or a jumper and come into a really comfortable laying down position. Let the feet fall out to the side. Palms open, the arms come out to the side. Give yourselves a little bit of a wiggle so you're super comfy. And then just let the breath return back to normal. You start to focus on your inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 4. Just to slow everything down after today's practice. And as always, if you've got a little bit longer, you want to spend a little bit longer in Shavasana, then just stay here for as long as feels good. And just take what you need. Maybe start to give a little bit of movement through the fingertips, through the toes. And then just take a nice big inhale, lift the arms up above the head. And And just give the body a nice, yummy stretch. And exhaling to release, rolling over onto our side and coming back up into a nice, comfortable, seated position. So thank you so much, as always, for joining today's practice and coming and flowing with me. I hope that you have taken something good away from today's practice that's given you some energy, some good vibes, and I hope to see you on the mat again next time.